Reebok's partnership with Angel Reese has sparked plenty of conversation online, especially as fans compare it with the growing buzz surrounding Sophie Cunningham's new Adidas Player Edition. Social media has been flooded with posts claiming Reese's shoe has been heavily discounted, while predicting Cunningham's release could sell out quickly. Those comparisons have fueled an ongoing debate among basketball fans, but it's important to note that individual pricing changes, retail availability, and sell-through rates can vary by retailer and don't necessarily reflect the overall success of a product. Still, the contrast has become one of the hottest talking points in women's basketball. So why are so many people making this comparison? Let's break it down. It all started with an unexpected moment outside of basketball. During UFC 329 at T-Mobile Arena, Sophie Cunningham attended the event simply as a fan. According to Cunningham's own account, she mentioned to UFC President Dana White that she'd love the opportunity to walk around the octagon someday. She says White immediately responded by giving her the chance to serve as a ring girl for one of the night's fights. Whether planned or completely spontaneous, the moment quickly became one of the most talked about crossover appearances of the evening. Instead of sitting in the crowd, Cunningham suddenly found herself walking into a sold-out arena, with thousands of fans watching and cameras following every move. According to her interviews, everything happened so quickly that there was little time for rehearsal or preparation. That spontaneity became part of the story. One particular moment quickly captured the internet's attention. While introducing the fighters, Cunningham playfully pointed toward Max Holloway, who smiled and responded in kind. Within hours, clips of that interaction spread across sports pages, basketball accounts, UFC fan pages, and countless social media feeds. After Holloway's victory, another widely shared image showed Cunningham celebrating with him inside the octagon, giving sports media another memorable visual from the event. Whether or not it became the defining image of the night is a matter of opinion, but it unquestionably generated significant online engagement. Many fans felt the appeal came from how natural everything looked. Unlike carefully planned promotional campaigns, Cunningham's appearance felt unscripted and authentic. There were no obvious marketing cues, no lengthy promotional rollout, and no elaborate production built around the moment. She simply appeared to enjoy the experience, and many viewers responded positively to that authenticity. Not long afterward, Adidas announced a Sophie Cunningham Player Edition shoe. The announcement immediately generated discussion across basketball communities, sneaker pages, and social media platforms. For many fans, it represented another milestone in Cunningham's growing profile. The shoe reportedly launched at a price point around $120, placing it within the range of many mainstream performance basketball shoes. Rather than being presented as a generic team release, the branding focused specifically on Cunningham's personality and style of play. That naturally raised another question. Why would a company invest in a player who isn't necessarily among the league leaders in scoring or awards? Many marketing analysts believe the answer extends beyond statistics. Modern sports brands increasingly value athletes who build strong personal connections with fans through authenticity, consistency, and public engagement. Cunningham has developed a reputation among many supporters for presenting herself the same way in interviews, on social media, and on the court. That consistency has helped strengthen her personal brand. Some fans have even nicknamed her America's Girl. It's worth noting that this is an informal nickname created by some social media users rather than an official title or marketing campaign. Online discussions have also compared Cunningham's public image with Angel Reese's. Supporters and critics on both sides continue debating which athlete currently has the stronger crossover appeal beyond basketball. Those conversations often reflect personal opinions rather than objective measurements. Claims that one athlete is unquestionably a bigger crossover star than another are ultimately subjective and depend on factors such as endorsements, media exposure, fan engagement, and commercial performance. Likewise, predictions that Cunningham's shoe will instantly sell out remain just that, predictions. Until official sales figures become available, no one can say with certainty how either product will ultimately perform in the marketplace. What does seem clear is that Cunningham's UFC appearance significantly increased public attention around her at exactly the right time. Whether that translates into long-term commercial success remains to be seen, but the event demonstrated how a memorable, authentic moment can sometimes generate as much attention as a carefully planned advertising campaign. In today's sports landscape, brands aren't evaluating athletes solely by points, rebounds, or assists. They are also looking at audience engagement, public perception, and the ability to create genuine connections with fans. And that's exactly why this comparison between Angel Reese and Sophie Cunningham has become one of the most talked about branding discussions in women's basketball today. A big reason many fans feel comfortable supporting Sophie Cunningham's brand goes beyond highlight plays or endorsement deals. For many supporters, it comes down to how she treats the people around her. That has become a major part of her public image. One of the most discussed examples has been her relationship with Caitlin Clark. Throughout the season, Cunningham has publicly supported Clark on multiple occasions. During several physical games, fans noticed Cunningham stepping in after hard fouls, setting firm screens, and showing visible support for her teammate. Following some of those games, Cunningham also spoke about protecting her teammates and making sure they knew someone would stand up for them. Many fans viewed those moments as authentic rather than carefully planned public relations. Whether people agree with her approach or not, that willingness to defend a teammate has become one of the defining characteristics of her reputation. Supporters often point to those moments as evidence of strong locker room chemistry in Indiana. Meanwhile, Angel Reese has faced a different type of public conversation. Various media reports throughout recent seasons have discussed challenges surrounding team chemistry involving the Chicago Sky, including coaching changes, roster adjustments, and internal frustrations. However, attributing those issues to any single player would oversimplify a much more complex situation. Since Reese's move to Atlanta, online speculation has continued, with some fans claiming similar questions about team chemistry are beginning to emerge. At this stage, many of those discussions remain speculative, and it is too early to draw firm conclusions about her new situation. Still, comparisons have become common across social media. Many fans argue that when similar questions arise around multiple teams, people naturally begin looking for patterns. Others believe those narratives are unfair and fail to account for coaching decisions, roster turnover, injuries, and the many factors that influence a professional locker room. On the other side of the debate, Indiana has frequently been praised for its chemistry. Fans often highlight the way Lexi Hull, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark, and Sophie Cunningham appear to complement one another on the floor. Hull provides versatility, Boston anchors the interior, Mitchell supplies scoring, Clark orchestrates the offense, and Cunningham brings energy and toughness. Whether that chemistry continues over the long term remains to be seen, but many observers believe it has been one of Indiana's biggest strengths. That perception has also benefited Cunningham's public image. Many supporters believe her reputation has been built through consistent actions rather than promotional campaigns. For brands, authenticity can be just as valuable as on-court production. At the same time, Angel Reese's footwear partnership has generated considerable discussion online. Photos shared by shoppers have shown Reese-branded shoes available at discounted prices in some retail locations. It's important to note that markdowns at individual stores are common throughout the sneaker industry and do not necessarily reflect nationwide sales performance or the overall success of a product. Nevertheless, those images spread quickly across social media and became part of the broader conversation. The timing also attracted attention. Reebok introduced Reese's shoe following a period of heightened visibility around All-Star festivities, hoping to capitalize on increased public interest. Some commentators argue that the product has not generated the sustained momentum many expected, while others caution that official sales figures have not been released publicly. Likewise, claims that Reebok has pulled back from supporting the shoe have circulated online, but the company's internal marketing strategy has not been publicly confirmed. Without official statements from Reebok, it's impossible to know exactly how the company evaluates the product's performance. At the same time, Nike has continued heavily promoting Caitlin Clark through new campaigns, digital content, and marketing initiatives. Those differing strategies have naturally invited comparisons between the brands, although each company operates under its own business objectives and long-term plans. For sponsors, success involves more than scoring averages or social media followers. Companies evaluate brand image, fan engagement, marketability, and how consumers respond to an athlete over time. Supporters and critics alike have debated Reese's public image, with some pointing to controversies and others arguing that her outspoken personality is exactly what attracts attention to the sport. One widely discussed example of player impact came when ticket prices reportedly dropped significantly after Caitlin Clark was ruled out of a game, illustrating how one athlete's popularity can influence consumer demand. Many fans now compare that kind of market impact with the attention surrounding other stars across the league. Ultimately, the comparison between Angel Reese and Sophie Cunningham reflects two very different public narratives. One athlete is being praised by many fans for authenticity and team-first leadership. The other continues to generate debate about branding, perception, and long-term commercial success. Exactly how those narratives evolve, and how they influence future endorsement opportunities, will likely become one of the biggest stories to watch as the next WNBA season approaches. As the conversation shifts toward next season, another name continues dominating discussions both on and off the court: Caitlin Clark. One of the biggest reasons is her growing influence beyond basketball itself. When Forbes recognized Clark among the world's most influential women in sports, many fans saw it as another sign that her impact extends far beyond the WNBA. Whether you focus on television ratings, endorsement deals, attendance, or social media engagement, Clark has become one of the most recognizable athletes in American sports. Perhaps even more remarkable is how quickly that happened. For many professional athletes, endorsement income doesn't surpass playing salary until years into a successful career. Clark reached that level almost immediately. Much of that momentum comes from partnerships with some of the world's largest brands. Her long-term agreement with Nike became one of the most talked-about endorsement deals in women's basketball, signaling the company's confidence in her long-term marketability. Industry observers have frequently pointed to that partnership as evidence that major companies see significant commercial potential in the WNBA. Clark has also partnered with brands such as State Farm, Gatorade, Wilson Sporting Goods, and several other national companies. Each partnership reflects not only her success as a player, but also the broad audience she attracts. Companies increasingly evaluate athletes based on more than points, assists, or championships. They also consider audience engagement, consumer trust, media visibility, and long-term brand value. Clark has consistently performed well across those categories. Many analysts believe her popularity has encouraged additional corporate investment throughout women's basketball, helping demonstrate that the league can deliver significant commercial opportunities. Whether that ultimately raises endorsement opportunities for other players across the league remains an important question to watch. At the same time, the comparisons between Sophie Cunningham and Angel Reese continue generating debate. Supporters of Cunningham point to authentic moments, such as her widely shared UFC appearance, her visible support for teammates, and her approachable public image, as reasons brands have shown increased interest. Supporters of Reese argue that she remains one of the league's most recognizable personalities and continues attracting substantial attention, even when that attention is controversial. Much of the online discussion comparing their footwear partnerships has been driven by fan opinion rather than official sales data. Claims that one shoe is selling out instantly, or that another has failed commercially, should be viewed cautiously unless supported by verified figures from the companies involved. Still, perception often plays a powerful role in sports marketing. Authentic moments frequently resonate with fans in ways that carefully planned campaigns sometimes cannot. Looking ahead, Indiana continues to attract excitement because of its talented core. Players such as Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and Lexi Hull have generated optimism among fans who are eager to see how the team develops. Many observers believe their chemistry has become one of the franchise's greatest strengths. As the next season approaches, it will be interesting to watch where endorsement dollars, marketing campaigns, and consumer demand continue to grow. Brand partnerships, television audiences, ticket sales, and merchandise all provide different pieces of the larger picture. In the end, the market tends to reward athletes who consistently connect with fans, both through their performances and through the reputation they build over time. What do you think? Which players do you believe have the strongest personal brands heading into next season, and which endorsement partnerships are you most interested in watching? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss future WNBA news, analysis, and the biggest stories around the league. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.